Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Welcome to Wrath and Story. I'm your co-captain, Jay Jones, joined always by my co-captain, Andrew Dickinger.
That's me.
And, of course, our Grand Viszier recommender.
Master awesome guy.
Yes, our Servo Skull companion, Daniel Fernandez.
Hello.
Daniel, we didn't have the best meeting with our previous client, and I guess we'll have to go through some paperwork. That's what all this stuff is on our desks, right, Andrew?
Yeah, that, and I think it's just that. There seems to be more there than...
Yeah, there's an excessive amount of paperwork. To be fair, when we remodeled the captain's room, I did want it to have a little bit of a, who are those people on planets? Like on Port Wander, where we just were. The ones that solve crimes. Arbitus, an Arbitus station where they've got like those stacks of papers and they got phones.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, well, how was your day? And he's like, oh man, you won't believe it. It was so much crime. Yeah, like that.
They're on the box, and then they like dramatically hang up.
Yeah.
And then they like look at each other and they're like, we've got a case.
And it's so weird because they're always exhausted, but yet they're constantly drinking recaf. So I just don't get it.
Well, I think some of these documents might be, because we've gotten a lot of people asking for our help, but I feel like some of these might be jokes, or some people aren't actually paying us that much money. You requested that all of the possible jobs be sent directly to you. Maybe we should actually get a secretary to deal with that.
Oh, I didn't know it would be in like the form of like paper and forms. I thought it would be like in some sort of like lavish, what? What's the word I'm thinking of? Is it lavish? Yes, a lavish display of, like, oh, please, our planet is under tyranny. And then we'd be like, oh, we'll see. And we could sit back on our chairs and, decide. That's what I thought it would be.
There are a lot of planets under the grip of tyranny. It's called the Imperium of Man.
Whoa.
Listen, hold on. We just want a few more of those, awesome looking proclamations as opposed to damn TPS reports.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I thought one person would at least come in here with a very long scroll, and that would be very entertaining to see. And that hasn't happened yet.
With an announcer?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Can we
make that happen? We are captains.
Phineas T. Lort had that very long scroll.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
He did.
He wasn't very happy with us when we didn't return those documents.
He was kind of a dick, though. I mean, did we really want to do the job for him? It was kind of begrudging.
I mean, technically we did for the money that we didn't get all of. Speaking of, Daniel, did we get all of that money? Did we get some of it?
Well, okay, so he hired you to get some documents that were held by pirates on this asteroid, and then you went there, and then everything went to crap, and monsters started killing everybody.
That's right.
You didn't get the documents back, but hopefully they were destroyed. Though you didn't even see that they were destroyed.
But we assume optimism, and that they were destroyed by a tyrannid, something, a bug.
They destroy documents, right? That's something they do.
Yeah. They turn it into biomass, right? That's how they rebuild their society, off of old missing documents.
Parchment is biomass. I mean, it tracks.
Yeah,
I guess one of you could retroactively roll a deception check to see if you were able to trick
retroactive deception is my strong suit. Here we go. My deception is an 8, Daniel. What is my difficulty? To lie
5.
to this man. 5. Oh, that's hard. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. Super succeeded. Because I got exactly a 6, and one of those 6s that I rolled was the 6 on my wrath die. I really lied to this guy. He will tell the tales of the great bugs that we defeated and destroyed his documents only before we could defeat them. It was a really glowing story. We mostly talked about the Carnifex, though, if I remember correctly. Right? Right, Andrew?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Carnifex was ejected out of the port of the ship with the documents in its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
As it was eating
tale.
them, it was eating the documents. They were destroyed. We saw him take one of those big cartoonish gulps as he went out the airlock. And that's why we sent him out the airlock, because, we had to make him pay for eating that man's documents. So important.
Well, because of that, I think you're going to get 2 profit factor. Again, we're sort of, simplifying this. We're not counting the number of thrones here. And also, like, making friends with one of the Administarium members on Port Wander is good, even if Phineas T. Lort the 39th is kind of a doofus. It's nice to have him as a friend. He's not 100% fine with you, but you were very good at lying to him. So.
Yeah. And that's all that really matters. Friendship, lying relationship, there you go. That's the stuff the dreams are made of.
You know what? Maybe we don't even need to be Inquisitors for Hire. Maybe we could just tell people we're Inquisitors for Hire and then lie to people to say that we did the job.
That's a very interesting business opportunity that you've presented there. It seems like a lot of lying.
I feel like we put that on the docket as, like, how we address a job when we get it. Is it really worth our time?
Pretty high risk. Pretty middling reward. But wait a second, we are Inquisitors for Hire, Daniel. We really are. Inquisitors for Hire.
You're right. Well, there's a lot of stuff here. There's looks like a planet's being invaded over here. Looks like something. Oh, do you see that?
Ooh. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah. That's an inquisitorial seal.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, we knew this was going to happen. After the first job, though, they are on top of things.
That's true. And listen, we had our legal team look into this, and they said, hold on, let me get the piece of paper out. Please do not do this. This is going to... Ooh, there's a lot of negative comments in here. It doesn't matter. Let's... we got to open it up, right? I mean... This is maybe like a non-compete, like, hey, you're using our symbols and stuff. Maybe we'll pay a fine? We give them Guybrush.
This is an opportunity, Jay.
Okay.
Take bets.
Mm-hmm.
Exterminatus, yay or nay?
I'm going to say nay, just for optimism's sake.
What would they... So exterminatus is when the Inquisition destroys a planet or, like, an entire system. You're not a planet. We're just a spaceship.
I mean, we're pretty close.
I know it's a big ship, but, like, I don't think blowing up our ship is exterminatus.
I get the specifics, Daniel, and I get what you're trying to say here. But I think what Andrew's intention was is just to say, like, are they going to murder us? Which maybe they won't, because why send a letter ahead of time? Although... According to the Administratum, that is part of the classic process in which that you engage in these type of things. So
no, but I think no one expects the Inquisition, from what I understand.
You're right.
So, like, I don't think they give a lot of warnings.
No, I mean, but that one clerk was talking about the one time he heard about an assassin where, like, a lord was opening a letter and it says, you are to be assassinated now, and the assassin was there, right behind him.
Wait a second.
In the moment.
So what you're saying is if we don't open the letter at all, then we can't be exterminatus. Right? Huh? We can just say we lost it in the mail.
You know, that's a good way to game the game. I mean, we can't actually read our demise if we don't read our demise.
That's true. I'm just quickly looking around the corners of the room to see if there's a assassin in the rafters.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like we need to check. I don't think there's any assassins.
Where would I hide? Me, the greatest assassin.
Wait. There was all that extra paperwork on the table. Can assassins
knock the paper over? And I just hit all the paper onto the floor.
An explosion of papers. There is no assassin hiding in the papers.
You just hear, like, the person who, like, cleans the room just somewhere off, like, hearing everything dropping on. Oh. Okay, no assassin. Although I have heard of assassins who can, for whatever reason, like, turn themselves into different things. You know, it's a calidus assassin, right? They can polymorph into crap. Is that true?
Oh, I thought it was a substitution jutsu. I'm getting confused about what kind of
Daniel,
assassins we're
Daniel,
talking
you're
about.
too deep into those Voxcasts, buddy. We got to bring it back to reality. A reality where people can turn into chairs, and I pull out my witchblade and I just hack at my chair.
What if they're 2 chairs and I immediately bring out my shock maul and smash the hell out of my chair?
We're just wailing on both of our chairs. Die, calidus bastard, die!
Ah!
Okay. Is there anything else in here we should destroy? Wait. We might be getting carried away here.
Nothing. You shouldn't destroy anything. You should read the letter, and we shouldn't wreck the. I mean, whatever. We pay people to clean the office, so.
Well, we did just get all that wealth, Daniel. I think that can afford us at least 2 more desks and 2 more chairs we can put together. You know what? Conversely, I just thought of this. What if instead it's an official letter to join the Inquisition, right? Maybe they're hearing the good references from our previous clients, and they're like, listen.
Man.
Yeah.
That would be...
Big time. Going
I mean,
pro.
They know how to recognize talent, clearly.
Yeah. The only assassin here is the assassination of good value. That didn't really translate as well as I thought it would.
No,
You
that was
guys
pretty bad.
are all over the place. You got delusions of persecution and now delusions of grandeur. Like, just open the letter, collapse the waveform, and let's figure out what it is.
Okay.
All right. Jay, rock, paper, scissors.
Yep.
Who opens the letter?
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Emperor.
Oh, God damn it, I had throne.
Yeah. Sorry. Always got to go with the Emperor. Wait a second. Does throne wrap the Emperor? Now I'm confused.
No, the emperor sits on the throne, but the way you deal with emperor is with Horus.
Oh, you're right.
You gotta call Horus.
And
But-
of
You
course.
guys are playing like the heretical rules over here.
What? No, everybody plays
listen,
these rules.
They're just a bit edgy, Daniel. You know, like loosen up a little bit.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
everyone knows Horus is afraid of the throne because just couldn't handle the pressure, you know?
Of course.
Of course.
That's why he died, because he was a little chump.
Yeah, everyone agrees. Everyone who could possibly listen to this agrees. Horus, big chump, couldn't handle the throne. Oh, made so many friends. Now,
All right.
let's open
Well, I
this
guess,
thing. You gotta
wait,
go. You gotta open this thing.
We didn't determine.
Mm-hmm.
Does the person who wins open it, or the person who loses open it?
Shit. All right, rock, paper, scissors to establish the rules. You ready?
Okay.
No, I'll open it. So I open the letter. I go to do it a second time, and I look over at Daniel, and his gears are just like fuming.
He can't form a scowl, but somehow he invokes one.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I could put a hand to my forehead and just sigh, I would.
I wish
guess I have this little hand.
I wish we had at
have
least,
this
for
little
my own
hand.
enjoyment, gone like 3 layers deep, and we established the rules, but then we have to establish who referees the rules, and then we have to establish the governing body that manages the referees of said rules.
Future episode.
Yeah, can't wait.
But to make Daniel not explode.
Yes, I did see out of the corner of the eye that Daniel was pretty much on the precipice of explosion. So
I got a little flash of Dark Star there for a second.
uh-oh. we're making the future happen. I open the letter, take it out, and look, I've been practicing a lot with Aeldari runes and things. So Daniel, do you mind reading this?
Oh, you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. You're not thinking that reading it is like some sort of assassin thing, and the assassin's gonna kill me when I read it.
What? You see I'm on like the other side of the room from you, hiding behind like the debris of the broken chair.
It's funny because, like, as you say that, I didn't even notice that Jay had taken cover. I'm literally standing over your shoulder, Daniel, looking at the writ, and I'm like, shit.
I'll miss you
Well,
both.
I guess we're both screwed. You
I'll
might as
tell
well read
everyone
it.
of your story.
All right. It has captains. It has come to my attention that you are currently acting under the title of Inquisitors for Hire.
And
This
we
is-
love what you're doing,
Hold on, just let him finish.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to read the letter. I'm not going to give any commentary. You can give the commentary. I'm just going to read the letter. Okay. Captains, it has come to my attention that you are currently acting under the title of Inquisitors for Hire. This is a bold choice, and not the one I would have advised you to make.
Aw.
It will likely draw the attention of powerful forces in the galaxy. but if you choose to follow this path, I may be able to make use of your services. There is a history of the Inquisition employing rogue traders, after all. I need you to investigate the planet of Acreg. Acreg? Acreg? A-C-R-E-A-G-E?
Acreg.
Acreg?
Acruggy.
Acreg, I think. I need you to investigate the planet of Acreg. It is on the edge of the Calaxis sector and the Coronis expanse, which means it should not be a particularly long journey from Port Wander. The planet itself is a feudal world in the midst of a bloody civil war caused by a clerical error by the Administerium.
Wow.
Okay.
But that is of no concern to the Inquisition. In fact, both sides of the Civil War pay the tithe for the planet, which is a profitable arrangement as far as the I've been calling it the Ministerium, but is that how you say it?
I believe it's Administratum.
Administratum.
Yes. I don't know why that's not. It's Ministerium. It's not even close to there. Administratum, as far as the Administratum is concerned. Other rogue traders, the Amaranthine Syndicate, and noble houses from Juno have been supplying weapons and troops as well to both sides of the conflict, which has prolonged the war and made it more deadly. This is not what matters, though. I have received reports from one of my visiting agents regarding a series of unnatural attacks on the people of the city of Ol Rankin. Details are scarce and inconsistent, but describe monsters and demons. It could be nothing, as it is a city in the middle of a civil war, but if it is some sort of death cult or Xenos or Chaos infiltration, it should be dealt with. Investigate the attacks, confirm if there is any truth to them, and eliminate any heretical threats you expose. I will leave the details of the investigation to you, though I require subtlety. Do not disrupt or end the ongoing civil war. Do not use my name. You will be compensated for your services, and I will refrain from mentioning your new job title to other Inquisitors. Regards, Inquisitor Timoa.
Timoa! Wow. Been so long.
That was a really nice letter from her.
Yeah, really nice letter. Been so long.
Timoa, she's our Inquisitor. Friend might be a little much, but ally?
Well, to be fair, she's more of you two's ally. I mean,
Jay, you don't really know her that well.
I loosely know her. But you've all said nice things, so I feel like I'm kind of a friend by proxy, a friend who would not be murdered by her, which is important.
Yeah. I mean, she might still murder you, but I mean, like, she's kind of our patron now, right, Daniel? I'd say so.
She has a fondness for us, I would say, at least.
Yeah.
And we're very good at doing her dirty work, so this is right on brand.
Well, I appreciate that both of you built up such a nice brand while I was dead. Really appreciate it. Although I guess, to be fair, she did help me come back to life, right? That's what you told me?
Was our brand very different before that whole incident with you?
What? No? That's what I meant to say.
We don't need to get into the fact that you died and came back in a clone body. It's a long story that doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's almost something I think about every day, Daniel. Totally fine.
Okay, well, yeah.
Okay, so before I heard it was Inquisitor Timoa, I was definitely leaning like 90% on the we lie about this one and don't actually do it. But afterwards, she will definitely kill us if we don't. So, but we have to go down in the middle of a civil war and not participate?
Well, we're participating, it seems, but like in investigations? Because clearly it sounds like they're good with the Civil War, which, man, I gotta tip my hat to the Administratum. They are playing a whole nother level of business plan gaming up there. The fact that they got two factions to fight each other and both pay them at the same time instead of just getting one. That's next level. We could learn a few things.
Yeah, that's some high level stuff. Also, she's asking us to investigate, which means we get to be arbiters, baby.
Ooh, we could be arbiters, or I guess technically inquisitors because they also investigate. But we could be arbitus inquisitors. Yeah.
Does this mean we get recaf? Oh,
Yeah.
I want to try some of that stuff.
Yeah, it says that.
You can get recaf. You're a rogue trader. We can get you recaf.
Yeah, but you got to be on a case, and you got to be up late. Drink a lot of it, and then drink some more when you wake up in the morning, and then poop a lot. But
wow, I am learning so much today.
oh, that's right. You don't have to deal with that too much, do you, Mr. Machine Man? What does the coffee? Coffee. I'm sorry, that's not a thing. The recaf. What does it do to your body?
It tingles, and I'm okay. I've never had it before. I don't know what it does.
It's fine. I haven't had any either. People just tell me about all the pooping, so I've been hesitant. But we got to give it a go, especially on this mission. But one thing I feel like we've completely glazed over is the potential of supernatural monsters or cult or Xenos. That feels pretty bad. Pretty spooky. It's my opinion.
You know, normally I would be in the same boat, Jay. Normally I would.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, we just fought a Carnifex, and after that, everything seems kind of small.
That's a good point. But what if it was a demon Carnifex? Because we don't know what we're getting into here, Andrew. It could be something like what I just described. But I mean, I guess we don't have a choice, right? I mean, Timoa.
We definitely don't.
If we need to get on the good side of a Inquisitor out there to keep more of these letters from coming to us, this is probably the best move.
You mean maintain the good side? Because I have full faith that she secretly loves us, but is too afraid to express her feelings.
See, Andrew, you say that she secretly loves us, but then you also said if we don't do it, she will kill us.
I mean,
So
it's a
which one
hard love. It's rough love, Daniel.
It's hard love.
I mean, that's just the way of things, Daniel. Sometimes you love people, sometimes you gotta kill them, quite literally, with fire.
Love
Some
fast,
people call
love
that tough
hard.
love, but you call it hard love?
No, this is the
Whoa,
40K universe.
Is that?
It's
I mean,
hard love.
come on. He's look at him. He's mostly robot. It's all hard love.
It's like steel, Daniel.
We need to stop
Sometimes
saying
it's-
hard love because it's starting to sound inappropriate.
Yeah, it's because you've never experienced such hard love, Daniel.
Yeah, gotta get some of that hard love, man. Oh boy.
I learned all about hard love at the Aeldari Hole, Daniel.
Oh boy.
It was a grand experience. Very
Uh-oh.
enlightening.
Okay, now we're mentioning the Aeldari Hole, which is another adventure. Can we just focus on the future?
Yeah.
Or at least the present?
Focus. All right.
So what exactly would our plan be? I mean, luckily it's nearby because we're still at Port Wander, but what exactly would we do when we get there?
Well, I guess we clearly have to land with one of the factions. Daniel, do we have details about which one is the... Well, I guess I was going to say which one's the nicer, but technically only one is most likely under siege by these things. Or is it? Any details?
The city of Ulranken is under siege at the moment. And that is where we would be going.
Good point. So we go to Ulranken. We familiarize ourselves with the locals, but only a little bit, because we don't really want to give away what we're up to. So we don't familiarize. We go in stealth.
So are we? Stealth. Do we go in as rogue traders or do we go in as like undercover?
Nah,
They said we could do it.
Yeah, I think. I guess rogue traders were neutral, right? Nobody really looks to rogue traders as being on one side of anything. It's really just the side of profit. So maybe we could
we're
even
abandoning the Inquisitors for hire.
Whoa!
Real quick.
We're not abandoning it for the mission. It's only for our clients. But once we're hired, or whatever they need to be. For example, we just dressed up as pirates for that last mission. So I think we are Inquisitors for hire to our clients, but on the mission, or whatever needs to be, which could be hard.
I mean, you were the one that said
punching-
hold to the brand at all costs, including pirate getup. So, I mean, you're just like doing a full 180, like real quick.
Listen, we don't say we're Inquisitors for hire, but you're right. I did say bring the business cards. We could just say while we're around a bunch of pirates, man, it was great when we got all that booty from working with those Inquisitors for hire. Here's a business card. That was a great plan, and I still stand by it. But...
There's an important thing I could note here. If we're going to a planet that's in the midst of the Civil War and rogue traders are selling weapons to them, to make a big profit.
Yeah.
Do we want to pick up a bunch of weapons here on Port Wander and sell it to escalate this civil war so we can make a profit?
Huh. You know,
Well-
that's a pretty good plan, Daniel. See, this is why you're our Grand Vizier.
I figured that's something Susan, the Seneschal, would want.
Yeah, she would definitely approve. Also, I noticed that, Daniel, this is super smart. I'm very proud of you. You came up with a plan that, in fact, supports the civil war that she doesn't want us to stop.
Yeah. And
again, our weapons would make the civil war worse and people would die from it, but it's already going on, so let's sell them some weapons and get some cash.
Exactly. Now that's the right way to think about it. Perfect. Well, let's get some dollars, thrones, or
What the
gems
hell is a dollar?
together and make some weapon purchases. This is gonna be good. While we get that all figured out, Daniel, how about I shut you down real quick and then we'll get this shipment out.
Okay.
Hello again, just your friendly Imperial scribe here to make you aware that some Xenos pharmaceuticals have been making the rounds throughout your local sector. Now, combat drugs might sound cool, but you know what's not cool? Being purged in holy fire by our glorious Adeptus Sororitas. So, when a torture-friendly Aeldari approaches you with some hip new drugs, just say no. Then fix bayonets and purge them for the Emperor. Now, our Patreon may not offer the heretical high of a Drukhari combat drug, but it does include dozens of hours of bonus adventures and early access to episodes that just might give you the kick you're looking for. And with that said, I'll return you now to the boys.
All right, Daniel, I got you back on. It looks like we're coming down for a landing, but there's not much technology here. So what are we looking at?
Yeah, so the planet is a feudal world. They have like black gunpowder is most of what the technology level is at. We're landing in the middle of the ocean here.
Ooh.
It's one of the few starports that actually exists on this planet. It's a floating starport called Emperor's Island.
Yes, I know. I have the brochure. I'm very excited. I haven't opened it yet, but listen, I figure if we spend a little bit of time doing some, like tactical stuff, we can spend most of our time going to the carnivals, or I'm sure they have some rides, or I'm sure they have some, Emperor recaf, right? Like some branded stuff. Is that what I'm thinking this place is?
Because it's called Emperor's Island, you think it's a theme park. Is that what you're saying?
Well, obviously. It's called Emperor's Island. It sounds amazing. Again, I have the brochure. Haven't opened it. But
I've been reading a lot about this thing called funnel cake or cotton candy, and I don't know what those are.
Cotton candy? Why would you eat cotton? That seems so weird, but I guess I'll try anything once. Daniel, tell us, where can we go here? I mean, rides. What's the most optimal way to enjoy our day here at Emperor's Island?
Well, I have never been here before. I don't really know. We're just landing now. But who is flying us down? I didn't catch the pilot who was flying us down. Is it Guybrush?
It's Manbrush, of course.
Oh, it's Manbrush. Okay.
This is a very important and dangerous mission, and I love Guybrush, but Manbrush. You got us, Manbrush?
I got you. Are you sure you needed me to shuttle you down to a planet instead of command my own scout ship like I used to?
That's right. He did used to do that. Is that why he was complaining about this?
Yeah, sometimes, Manbrush, you need to remember, you need a little humbling, and also, we need you here, man, because this could fly off the rails real quick.
Yeah, get it? That was a ship joke, and you fly ships. Big ones, I mean, usually. Not right now, because we told you to do this instead.
Well, we're landing with as much of the cargo as I can, and we've got some other folks ready to sell it to the various factions here, but you two were just going to go out and explore, right?
I mean, yeah, explore, right? And I'm looking at Andrew with the thumbs up winking, funnel cake, cotton, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Deep investigations into their culinary trade. Because we've heard they've discovered new profitable food ventures.
Those things.
whatever. I'll be waiting here to send you back to the flexible demeanor when you need me. We might go back and forth a couple times relaying these weapons, but yeah, I'll be ready to take you off wherever you need me to. But this planet doesn't really have a lot of technologically advanced landing zones. It's like the only one in this hemisphere.
Well, it might not have that, but now it's going to have a whole bunch more guns. We're helping. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're landing now. Okay. Well, you guys have fun.
Yep.
I'll just stay here.
See
And he
you
pulls
later.
out a data pad. He's sort of looking at something.
Wave to man brush as we get off of the cargo ship. I assume there were like a couple other like service people that came along with us that are like helping unload.
Yeah, the service people are helping unload, while you guys get to do your own thing.
Yeah, it's so nice that Susan, she coordinated the purchase of those weapons and coordinated the delivery and the communications. It just, it makes all this enjoyment of this fun amusement park just so much easier. Speaking of,
okay.
Yeah, let's open the door and, oh wow, that doesn't smell great.
Okay, Jay. Daniel, I don't want to alarm you. I don't see a single of these Ferris wheel things that I heard about.
What?
No. I smell the sea and rust and oil and just sort of look around. This landing platform we're on is pretty cool. Like, we're floating in the ocean, but this landing platform is perfectly level. They must have some cool tech.
Yeah, so cool.
But everything else, sort of just looks like a bunch of wooden bits of flotsam and jetsam tied together to make a big ol' island that's attached to this.
No, Daniel, you didn't have the best reaction when we first opened the door. Are you sure you're okay with those olfactory senses I installed on you? Because you wanted to be like a little more.
No, I did appreciate this, and this is maybe. I'm glad that I could turn them off quickly, actually, is what's important here.
Yeah, the fact that we can both turn it off is definitely very nice.
So
how's that working out for you, Jay?
terrible, obviously, but to be clear, they called what is basically a giant piece of floating debris Emperor Island? What?
Emperor's Island.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I forgot the possessive piece. This is some serious bullshit. What? Hold on. Let me take a look at this. Oh, you know what? This is a brochure for something else.
Yeah, I was wondering where you got the brochure for this. I don't think there was a brochure.
Yeah.
Oh, you got that. That's the brochure that Junpei gave us of that new place on Juno.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Emperor Island. I see where you got confused. Emperor Island is the new theme park. This is Emperor's Island. It's on a completely different planet.
But the back has a picture of a miniature golf course. And you hit a ball inside a tortured heretic's mouth. I want to do this. Oh.
Well, we're rogue traders. We could probably go do that later. Like,
True.
Oh, okay. So I've been coming up with an idea. You know, the last mission was a little rocky, wink.
Boo.
But, we also didn't come up with a good way to, reward ourselves for a job well done. So how about if this goes according to a plan? I'm not saying the plan,
low bar. I like it.
A plan, then we reward ourselves by jaunting over to Juno and going to Emperor World.
What do you mean Emperor Island?
Emperor Island. Sorry, right. I forget that they haven't made the entire planet a theme park yet.
Oh,
but
no. I know what you're thinking. There's Emperor Island and then there's Emperor World, which is a little bit bigger, but Emperor Island was first, and then they made Emperor World. And they connected all these little things.
Right. Yeah. I always get those two confused. It's it's hard to tell the difference between the two, but the one thing you missed on the back of the brochure there is they have something called a linking zip line. I have no idea what that means.
A linking zip line? But we've only ever been on a regular zip line.
So let's do this job
Uh-huh.
to a state of acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
Notice I've been working on my, my verbiage, my acumen, so I'm more accommodating. And then we, give ourselves a little pat on the back trip.
I think this is a great idea. we're going to take down this supernatural threat, whatever it is, and then enjoy some ziplining. I think it's a good plan. Let's do this. God, It smells terrible out here. Fuck.
Yeah, so right now we're sort of by the landing zones. It's like a dozen of them here that are like sort of set up to, there must be some technology to keep them stable on the ocean, but everything else is a little bit less stable. Though I do see sort of in the distance, I see a big metal tower in the middle of the island. That's probably some Imperial thing here. But besides that, yeah, we're going to need to find a way to get to this city because this is not, we're supposed to be going to a whole other city. We're not supposed to just be here at Emperor's Island.
Good point. Well, maybe they've got to have transport off of this stupid thing. I mean,
yeah,
clearly,
we got to be able to get all Ranked somehow.
Yeah. Well, I guess we make our way into this tower area. I don't know. Maybe, Daniel, do you see any port nearby where maybe people can come and go on boats, I assume? I hope they have those.
I think there's a dock over there. I sort of see it on the side, but we'll have to go through some of these more rundown areas to get over to the dock.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Andrew, I suggest we probably keep low profile. We're just casual rogue traders here to make money off of giving people guns. Normal stuff.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's like fairly, above board.
Yeah,
so.
I would say so.
Casual rogue traders? Do you want to drop that we're rogue traders? Because that's kind of an important deal.
That's a good point, Daniel.
We're casual traders.
Casual traders. And we toe the line. We don't go outside the line. Like rogues. You get what I'm saying.
What line?
Exactly. Wait, that's more roguish. We know the line. We live in the line, Andrew.
What line are you speaking of? I'm confused.
Anyways, I guess we should keep a low profile. Trader is probably a good call, Andrew. Yeah. So,
I mean, I guess we could start investigating while we're here too. Like, I don't know, ask some people if they know about cults. Okay, that sounds weird. Maybe not.
Hey, have you heard of any cults?
Yeah.
What?
Maybe we just do like the trademark, tried and true. Hey, any people dying of monsters around here?
Yes, that's true. People always like to talk about that on different planets we visit. Daniel, could I believe I think it is actually cunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
To kind of get survey an area and like kind of lean into conversations like, oh, really? Eaten by a plant, you say? What kind of plant?
So just to sort of be investigating and seeing if you hear anything, yeah, you can make a cunning roll. Difficulty 3 to get us started.
Ooh, okie dokie. My cunning is a 6. So cunning. Here we go. Oh, dropped a die. Here we are. Well, I did get a 4. I couldn't push a 6 because I needed a 6 to get to a 4, but I did it. What do I learn? What do we learn?
Okay, well, before that, I need both of you guys to make agility checks, a difficulty 3, when you step off the landing platform.
Oh, no!
The shaking part, the stuff that isn't stabilized.
And when you say agility, do you mean athletics, or is this actually a straight-up agility check?
Just straight-up agility check.
Yeah, butts.
Well, my agility is so good.
Actually...
What's the difficulty?
3? It's just 3.
My agility is actually better than my athletics, so I'm happy that went that way. So you said a 3?
Yeah, difficulty 3 agility.
Nice. Okay. Do we have our sea legs, Andrew? Let's find out. Wow. A 3 exactly. What a terrible roll, but I did pass.
Okay, well, I not only passed on a 3, but I got a 6 on my raft die.
Wow.
Out of 4 dice.
You're a stable boy. You're real stable.
You are a real stable boy.
Now, Daniel, you have to roll your agility check.
I float. I don't have legs.
But can't floating make you
sounds like
seasick?
excuses to me.
Nah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so we're fine. That's good.
Yeah,
I'm
you
actually
don't fall over. What do you want to do? Do you want to get like a glory? Do you want to say something else? Like, what do you want to do with that?
I think we're gonna lead into it a little bit. We're just gonna take a glory and just we'll ease into something later.
I was trying to think narratively how one could progress the story by standing well on wood. I stood so well that the cult, marveled by my strength, revealed themselves.
No. See, I was about to stand so well, but then I realized we needed a low profile, and it was like too captain-y rogue tradery, and I was like, oh, I gotta dial it back a bit.
Yeah, it's true. So we peruse.
As you are talking to people and perusing, you're able to find like all of the sort of key parts of Emperor's Island. There's the tower in the middle of this is the Imperial Port Authority, which theoretically runs everything. Though most people are saying like you don't want to talk to them, you want to leave them alone. There's as you're sort of looking around, you find some of the interesting sites in here, or you're directed to them by guides and whatnot. There's John O's Emporium of Ephemeral Delights, which is a bar and something more.
What?
That's like one of the nice places. Well, not nice, but that's one of the places you go for entertainment. The other entertainment place you can go is the Grease Pits, where they just have bare knuckle fights that people bet on. So we might be able to get some information there.
But really, really good pot pie, right?
Yeah. Some what?
Pot pie?
Maybe.
Nice.
I don't know if I want any part of that pot
You're
pie.
telling me you can't think of a better way to watch two greasy people beat the crap out of each other, as opposed, you want to eat a big pot pie while you're watching it, right?
We could go to the Bilges, which is where they have random stores and stuff like that, and also just where people live. And
the Bilges.
We could also make
just
our way
go
to
visit
the dock,
someone's
but-
house.
Yeah.
Mighty nice home you have here. That's all, and just leave.
We would have to pass through the Bilges to get to the docks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
So those are the places that you have found, and your role revealed the Grease Pits and the Emporium of Ephemeral Delights,
Ooh.
which is run by a man named John O.
John O.
So I'm not saying any of those places are places that you have to go to, but well, we got to go somewhere.
That's true. And we should probably get some further details about Al Rankin before we actually end up in the city. It might be chaos and be very difficult to get information once we're there, depending on what's happening. Andrew, what do you think? If I've got to put my finger on what's the best spot to get information about a supernatural, potentially monster, potentially Xenos threat, what are you thinking? Grease Pits or John O's bar? Because,
I'm intrigued by these ephemeral delights. I mean, like, it sounds kind of culty. I'm going to just say it right now, no judgment. But, maybe we go in there because people tend to be pretty loose-lipped when you get the little boozy booze in them. So, I mean,
well, that's a
maybe
good
we
point.
go there.
And we've had only positive experiences in bars. So,
It's true.
yeah. Maybe this one has a competition where I can tell puns again, right? Could be good. It's good.
I know. I have been working. We were talked about it previously. I've been working on my parlance. I gave up those, those classes. They were trying to
thank
teach
God.
me how to talk to people, but I instead installed this new software that's called a conversational cogitator.
What? Hold on a second. You gave up on the classes to further improve oneself in conversation. So instead you just installed software to make yourself better at doing that?
Oh, no. You have it all wrong. The software talks for me, so I don't have to even take part.
Okay. So even worse then. All right.
And we're having this conversation as we're navigating through the Emperor's Island, and you see a sign that says John O's, and it's pointing downwards, and there's a ladder that leads downwards that we're going to need to climb down here. Watch your step.
This is interesting. Never been in a bar that I had to take a ladder down into, but I guess first for everything.
And we are now below Emperor's Island. Not Emperor Island, sorry. I'm getting us confused. I wish we were in Emperor Island.
Yeah.
We will be soon, Daniel. Don't worry.
Yes.
Yeah, soon.
This bar is just sort of hanging underneath the city. There's a bunch of gantryways that are just sort of linked together, and there's just like private booths that are like hanging down from the top. This is a whole bar that's hanging from the ceiling of the rest of the island.
Wait. So are there like walls, or is it literally like floors connected to boards and planks connecting up to the actual port itself? Like, could one just fall off into, I assume looking down the side, you're just like, it's the ocean, right?
Yeah, it's just the ocean. There are some walls here and there that sort of keep the wind out of some places. But yeah, it's mostly just a hanging death trap. Be careful.
What?
Don't drink too much.
So when they said emporium, I'm assuming, I was thinking like rows of shelves of weird knickknacks and interesting stories, but really it's just, you're possibly gonna die. How do people get drunk here if they can easily fall into the ocean? This is just...
Yeah, this is a I would call it a scum hole. That might be the technical term for this place.
Scum hole. Well, certainly delights. Certainly a lot of delights.
There appear to be some sex workers over there. If you would like to work with them, there's a bar over here. There's I think somebody's selling something back there. I don't know if you want to talk to anybody, start figuring out what's going on. I don't know what you want to do.
Well, I don't know. We've got Mr. Perfect Talker over here, or at least his software is. What do you think?
Well, I think we should talk to somebody. And
Good call.
Ask them where we should go.
So we got to talk some people up, get them comfortable with all ranking, chatting about that city. So, I don't know, maybe we could... Is there a lot of people in here? What if we bought like a round? You know, ingratiate ourselves with the scum of this bar. That could be good,
Well,
right?
we shouldn't buy a round like right off the bat. I mean, this is bar acumen, Jay. You get to know people first before you start flaunting your wallet around. I mean, that's a good way to get jumped.
Okay, good point.
And I feel like getting into a fight in this bar could be extremely dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, the whole fall to your doom thing is not too appealing.
Yeah, probably not.
So why don't we just... there seems to be a couple people at the bar. Why don't we just go up there and ask?
Yeah, you know what? I might actually, Daniel, go talk to some of the ladies of the evening.
Okay.
Sex workers, as you said. Because they know a lot of different people, and I'm assuming work in a lot of different circles. That's an assumption. I don't know for sure. But that's what I've heard of in other worlds and places I've been on, so they might have some information. Information people don't usually give up in casual conversation, if you know what I mean. A wink, a wink, a winkety wink wink.
There's a lot of winks in that.
I just wanted to make sure you saw those winks, Daniel.
No, I got that. I don't know if they're... So, by the way, Jay, I guess I should ask this. Are you keeping up like a cloak most of the time so people can't see that you're a space elf?
He's definitely not.
That's a great question, Daniel. And the answer is,
not.
Of course.
Of course. Okay.
No. I have my chameleon cloak up. As you'll remember, I have like the robes of the Farseer underneath, but I'm keeping the chameleon cloak tight around me. And as a chameleon cloak, I can kind of adjust its settings. So I have adjusted it to look more like a general trader like tatters. Not super tatter like, but just like it looks like a good warm coat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But the hood is hanging around where it's
also...
protecting my ears, so you can't see the Aeldari of it all.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we should also figure out like what both of you are wearing, because that's going to determine how people react. So you're wearing like sort of the chameleon cloak, sort of looking like nice enough clothes. How about you, Andrew?
Okay, well, the only thing I took off and changed was I'm no longer wearing the Martian Reds, but I still have lots of mechanical bits all over me.
Yeah.
So
That's hard to hide.
And you're wearing your power armor?
I am in power armor, my light power armor, so very conspicuous.
And you have your guns with you?
Well, you know, I left the gun behind because guns put off people the wrong way, but I do have my shock maul on, strapped to my back, so.
Okay.
Nice. So you're just walking around in power armor with a whole bunch of arms and a big shock ball strapped to your back.
And I mean, my face is, it's of course unhelmeted, and half of my lower jaw is all mechanical. So I've got it's a bit intimidating, some might say.
Which jaw are you rocking right now? We know you have different jaws.
Okay, well, I knew we were going to a feudal world, so instead of rocking the gold jaw with the bling, I've just got the regular burnished gray metal jaw.
I like it. Burnished gray. So shall we establish ourselves as something other than rogue traders? Maybe, well, we already said traders, but are we adventuring traders? And I'm the suave capitan and you are the brutish but intimidating warrior?
I'm a hunter and arms dealer. I deal in weapons of all kinds.
And
I mean, I did see a couple of brutes walking around the island. There's probably a couple mercenaries here and whatnot. Maybe you could, and other traders. There's a whole bunch of lowlifes here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you lean into the savvy approach of trying to glean information out of people. I'll be like, where's the biggest, baddest monster for me to hunt?
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so who are you gonna talk to?
I'm just gonna go up to the people at the bar, because the people at the bar have got stories. They get a little loose-lipped when they get a little drinky in them. So
that's a good point. All right, so Daniel, I think we've got our objectives. Maybe I'll go up and talk to one of these fine ladies.
All right.
Would this be a persuasion check, Daniel? To kind of what I want to try to do is get them talking. Introduce myself. I'm not gonna buy them a drink. I want to get to know them.
To be clear, there are also some men here as well.
Of course.
Yes, but you're talking to the ladies. Yeah, that'd be a persuasion check to approach these women who are they have a private booth sort of that they're sitting in, but you could tell they are,
Well, yeah. I will see what I can do here. What's the difficulty to strike up a conversation and more or less put myself in a position where they don't immediately kick me out of the booth? What would I need?
If you're just talking and not buying, that's probably a difficulty 4.
Okay. Good point. I will buy a drink. I'll buy a drink. Bring a couple drinks to the table.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, here we go. Difficulty 3, I assume, then?
Yeah, difficulty 3.
Nice. Just striking up a conversation, not asking for anything. Yeah. No, I get a 4. Ooh, that was almost a really bad roll. But I did get a 4. No 6s I can push.
All right. You strike up a conversation with a couple of them. One of them seems to take a little bit of a liking to you, at least, or is at least chatting with you more than the other ones.
Nice. All right.
Hey there.
Hey.
So, what brings you to this awful place?
Aha, it is awful. It's almost like you could misconstrue it for something else, like Emperor Island. You ever heard of Emperor Island?
I have not. What's Emperor Island?
It doesn't matter. It's far, far away. Anyways, I'm just a normal adventuring trader. Some might say even chief treasure hunting trader. But I've come here kind of for a good story, for good loot. And they say the craziest and greatest conflict has the best loot. I was curious. You seem like someone who kind of gets the lowdown on all things here in Emperor's Island. I was curious if you knew.
I keep my eyes open and my ears open.
I can see that, and they are beautiful, beautiful eyes. Tell me, where one like myself might find adventure and danger, because that's the kind of stuff I'm into. Do I need to roll another persuasion check?
I need you to roll a D10. Do you have a D10 with you?
I do not have a D10, but I can have one shortly.
Because we're going to randomly determine which one of these rumors you're going to find.
I have a D10. Do you want me to roll it for you?
You roll me a D10.
Okay. Here we go. It's a 9.
Ooh, high.
Okay. So you're looking for adventure, huh?
Oh, definitely.
Well, what you should do, I've heard some wild stuff's going on in the swamps. You head towards the swamps where the Civil War's raging. But be careful if you head out towards Al Rankin. You'll need to hop on a boat. My sister has a boat. Maybe you could hire her. But watch out when you get into the swamps. I hear the gas there like gets into people's blood and it changes them. The people, they get all messed up. You know, I've got a friend who visited the city, and all these bodies have been disappearing because I hear the swamp gas gets into them, and then when they die, they get back up and wander into the swamp.
Whoa, that is pretty...
Yeah, that's why all the bodies are disappearing. That's what I heard anyway.
Huh. So thieving, stealing gas things, maybe. Either way, very dangerous, very spooky. I like it. And you said your sister could potentially transport myself?
Yeah, my sister, Justine, is a captain. She makes the run past the blockade sometimes to the city.
Justine. Wait, blockade. Any danger getting into the city from outside?
There's always danger on this planet, sweetie.
Oh, well, good. That's what I was looking for. Tons of it. Tons of danger. Well, if you could point me in the direction of where Justine might be, or just give me a general area, I'm sure I could find her. I would love to, offer her some money for her services.
Yeah. Well, you gonna offer me some money for my services?
Ha ha ha! It's a great question, and I'll answer it after I refill my glass. And I slip out of the booth to go get a refill on my drink. What's Andrew up to?
Yeah, Andrew, how are you doing over here when you come up to the bar?
So I just saunter over to the bar. I'm definitely puffing myself up a bit to be like I'm some kind of high and mighty hunter of whatever, and I look over at the barman. I'm like, give me one of your strongest drinks. And what can a arms dealer and hunter of any kind of prey do around here?
All right. We don't have much on tap here. But we do have some worm brew. It's made from the finest kelp serpent secretions. Let's see here.
I'll take one of those. And this guy
Only
next
one
to me-
throw in a bucket.
Okay. Bucket's interesting. I'll take one, and then one for my friend here. He looks a little thirsty.
The guy sitting next to you has sort of been laying on the bar, swaying back and forth as the hanging area that you're on sways back and forth a little bit, and he looks up at you and says, "Thanks, John.
No
I don't want the secretions. Give me something else. You know what I want. It's the same cost. Give me what I want."
Oh, what is he drinking?
Oh, I mix his stuff with a little bit of harder materials. Drugs.
Harder
You
material.
do drugs.
Oh, I see. He's on the stuff. Gotcha. Well,
Yeah, I'm sorry to be direct about that, but I'd figure it'd just be upfront with you. I know my place here isn't traditional sort of place, but I just want people to have a good time, and if they want to have a good time by obliterating themselves, I help them out with that.
Man, everybody's into their own thing. For me, I'm looking for a big game. There's definitely, with all the conflict, plenty of, arms to sell around, but that gets boring real quick. Is there any, big game, real nasty monsters that people are having problems with around here?
Monsters? Have you heard about the city of Al Rankin?
Somebody mentioned that at the port. They're talking about some trouble near that town.
Yeah, I heard there's monsters out there. Andrew, I'm gonna need you to make a roll to get any extra information here. So you're gonna tell me
what is
you
the
wanna roll.
difficulty of the roll? In
John,
essence, do I deploy cogitators?
I guess that probably depends on what you're using, right?
Yeah. What are you planning on using to talk to John O here, who runs the place? He seems like a pretty nice and friendly guy. But...
Well, it would be. Would it be a cunning, a deception, an insight, or a persuasion check?
Probably persuasion if you're just trying to get him to tell you a story. I mean, unless you're trying to threaten him to tell you something.
No, we're not at that stage yet. I mean,
Okay.
Intimidation is always an easy fallback for me, and I'm a big guy in power armor, so we're gonna, I just got this thing installed. We're gonna give it a whirl. So basically, what the cogitator does, allows me to substitute my tech use for one of those 4 skill checks that I just mentioned. So instead of persuasion, I'm going to use the tech use as my persuasion.
All right. Now remember, this has to like recharge. You can't use it nonstop. You need to rest a little bit. We need to like change locations and have it recharge. So you're not gonna be able to do this for every single conversation roll.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a little bit of it to get powered up to register the surroundings, see what people are into and stuff like that. I get it. I mean, I can only be the most personable person more than Jay by a long shot. Only occasionally. So
I hope that his cogitator like just slightly misses its scanning and like scans like a fish in the ocean just off the shoulder of this bartender, just like scanning, understanding people and culture and traditions of these fish. Like, brrr.
Sometimes you just need cool water and nice breezes and some nice strong current to get you going, right?
Andrew's face just makes a fish mouth and just starts like breathing and just like struggling because it's air.
All right, here we go. So sorry, what did you say the difficulty was?
Difficulty is 3.
Okay, not only did I pass, but I'm able to push 2 6s.
No fish
2
noises today.
6s. All right. Roll 3 times on a d10 to see what rumors you get.
What? You get 3
Ooh.
rolls?
Yeah.
I'm just, so much better with people than you, Jay.
Oh, you get so many more rumors.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Oh, a 1
Okay.
and a 7.
Okay. So you and John here start trading stories about things here and there. Maybe one of the other patrons starts telling their own stories as well as you start hearing some rumors here. So I got 3 rumors to read you here. John says, well, if you're looking for work, you can go to Ol Rankin. It's run by Prince Orson. He's the ruler, and he's under siege by the Baroness Falrisha. She's a bad sort. I heard the attacks are just her own men sneaking into the city at night, killing people, and then taking the bodies to scare the people into giving up. That's what's been going on there. It's the evil Baroness.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's kind of lame. I was hoping for some kind of like monster or something. Well, I guess she is a monster, but like you know what I'm picking up. It was like the Carnifex story I told you about.
Though there is a monster, and it's Prince Orson himself, says the guy who you bought a drink for. At night, he changes shape, and he and his other nobles go around killing people and eating the remains. That's why the bodies are missing. He wants the war to keep going so we can have more bodies to eat.
Okay. Well, I mean, these are very conflicting. I mean, is there any kind of fact checking going on here? You say this Baroness or whatever is bad news, but then he's the actual prince of this place is a fucking monster or something?
Don't listen to Jesse. He's nuts.
Okay. Well, it seems like everything's going down in Ol Rankin, so I should be heading out that way. You got any
no, there's a lot of stories about Ol Rankin. About 100 years back, there was a strange cult that used to call Ol Rankin home. Never got as far as this island, but I reckon they had plans to expand. Anyway.
Hold, you say, and I rub my metal chin.
Yeah. They were in league with a bunch of seditionists and void worshippers. Imperium came in, burned them all out. But maybe they didn't get all of them. I don't know. But either way, that's why people be telling the stories in Orlankin. Maybe it's just something in the swamp down there that drives people crazy.
Oh, I mean, swamps are home to all kinds of nasty things, so it's definitely possible, but this is tickling my fancy. Now, you got any idea, any line on a ship or something I can take to go out that way?
If you want to get killed, any ship will take you. Get on one of the warships that's attacking it, and you can go attack the city yourself. That's one way to get in.
I mean, I'm more of the, on the down low type.
Well, you'd either need to get a blockade runner or an official Imperial vessel.
I have to comment that you said I'm on the down low. A man with a metal jaw, a power armor, and multiple robotic limbs.
Yeah.
He's subtle, with his power armor. And
So
stuff.
subtle.
I got it on low hum.
If you can't
Yeah.
tell, I'm pretty low key.
Yeah. Neither of the sides of the war would attack anybody flying the flag of the Imperium. So if you were to, I don't know, get a ship from the Imperial Port Authority, but that's really the only way you could get in without there being any sort of violence.
What about these blockade runners that you mentioned?
You'd need to find one.
Hmm.
They keep it secret, and I'm sorry, stranger. You're a nice guy, but can't be telling you names.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got their secrets. Well, thank you very much, sir. I think I'm on my way.
As Andrew turns around, I'm right there. I'm like, Andrew,
Yeah.
I got a line on a blockade runner. Someone who can maybe get us into the city. Also, weird, gross things making gross things happen. I can give you more details if we get out of this bar. Ready to go?
Whoa, gross things. Hold on, let's walk out of here, but I'm hearing something completely different.
Wait, what? Oh, what do you mean? You don't know about the weird, spooky swamp with the weird gas?
Spooky swamp gas. I mean, I'm either hearing about a murderous baroness or a prince or something that turns into a monster and eats people.
Ooh. Okay. Clearly there's some...
So, Jay, are you gonna bring a drink back to Caroline, the woman you were talking to?
I
guess you never
said
even
I
asked her
was
name,
going
but-
to, and I do. I order another drink and I come back. I drop it off for her. Listen, here's a drink, and I really appreciate the offer, but I'm got my eyes on someone else right now, and I don't think it would be right. But thank you for holding some conversation with me, and I promise if I find something crazy out in them swamps, I'll come back. Thank you for it. And I tip my cloak to her, and I get up and eye Andrew like, let's get out of here.
She kind of rolls her eyes, but takes the drink.
Yeah. Hey, she gave me some information. She was really
Yeah.
nice. And I got a line on who could potentially take us over, which is Justine, her sister.
By the way,
interesting.
Andrew, did you drink any of the drink that you bought?
I mean, it went as in drink as it went in and my body processed it and immediately labeled it as toxin and I didn't drink any more of it, then yes.
Yeah, it's got a real salty flavor to it.
Yeah, a bit of a kick, some things that shouldn't be ingested inside of it, you might say.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't work this way, but I just imagine when you don't like something, you just take a drink, you're like, real good, and then like a tube out your back just opens and just a blast of it shoots somebody across the room.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I got this mechanical stomach that's the only reason the guy next to me started talking and John got a little appreciation is because I downed like this thing in like a couple seconds and like was totally unaffected, pretty much because of my physiology.
Yes. Oh, yes. Because you're tough as nails. Here for adventure.
That's right. I'm adventuring. So, what the hell is the? First of all, did you like strike out with that chick? And,
What? No.
Also,
No, no, definitely not. But I'm focusing on the mission, man. Trying to keep my head in the game. Can't be thinking about ladies. What?
it's pretty great that you found a lion on a blockade runner, because the other ways that they were telling me to get into this place were not the way that we want to get in. It was either become part of the war, or fly in an imperial vessel, pretty much as conspicuous as you can be.
Yeah, super inconspicuous. No one would ever notice us or ask us questions. Okay. So I think we've got our location. We've got some details about what's going on there, but
I mean, conflicting reports, but whatever. I mean, I guess, do we want to just go to the docks, or is there anything else you want to do on Emperor's Island here?
The place is pretty lame. I think we should just go to the docks.
Yeah, I guess so. Or before we go to the docks, taking a nice pot pie, taking a nice punching session. Little grease pits drop off. Anybody in the mood?
I don't. Where are you getting that these people have pot pies? Like, I don't understand it.
It's a rumor I heard. You eat a pot pie and you watch people beat the crap out of each other. It's a normal
I need
thing.
you guys to make awareness checks as you're having this conversation and heading out of the bar.
Okay. Da-da-da-da. What's the difficulty?
It's always a good sign.
Difficulty 5.
Okie doke. That's high. My awareness is only a 5. Or sorry, it's a 6. Never mind. Slightly better. So let's see. Ooh.
I
Phenomenal roll. To push a 6, I get a total of 6. But I rolled a 1 on my wrath die.
All right. So you notice a group of thugs start following you as you are heading out of the bar.
Nice.
As sort of conspicuous strangers, they are sort of following you. And I think the one on your wrath die is that you are going to get ambushed by these guys.
Oh.
Well, you were going to get ambushed by these guys probably either way, because Andrew failed at least. You see them coming, but the one on your wrath die means that this fight is taking place in the sort of hanging gantry ways.
Oh, so like before we
underneath
can get
the
out of the
gantry.
bar. So it's just extra dangerous.
Yeah, the one means it's going to be extra dangerous. Sort of, there's actually, you go up the ladder, or you go down the ladder, and then there's a couple of other, like, sort of areas you walk through before you get to the Emporium of Ephemeral Delights. And you're sort of in, like, the hanging areas outside the Emporium.
What a weird concept. We're, like, in the back alleys of the underhanging area.
Yep, exactly.
It's like,
Listen, like,
this is our
real quick.
alley.
So real quick, like, just to establish, this place is pretty cool. I mean, it's like hanging underneath of a floating, skyport above an ocean. I mean, it's pretty rad.
I mean, it is rad. We got to admit, it's pretty rad. And, I could come back here for a drink a little bit later. But first thing, Andrew, there's some ruffians following us. And, yep, they're coming at us. Daniel?
Yeah?
Thanks for listening to this grimdark tale. It appears our boys' investigation may have turned up more questions than answers. And what of these mysterious ruffians following them? Special thanks to Daniel Fernandez for inserting his soul into a servo skull and helping these two as Game Master. If you enjoyed this episode, why not leave a rating and review on your favorite podcast app? We'd really appreciate it. Our theme song was composed by Kyle Fryer. You can check out his music on SoundCloud. Of course, as a Patreon backer, I hope you take the chance to join our Discord. We've got a ton of great people already on there chatting everything RPG and 40K, with the boys dropping by on the regular as well. Until next time, goodbye.